If you're like me and you get excited to look at the fall trends, particularly the shoe trends that come around every fall, good or bad, beautiful or strange, weird or practical, then this will be a fun video because I got all of those. We are going to talk about all of the major fall 2025 shoe trends in this video. I've got a lot of them. There's got to be something in here for literally everyone, and let's get started. By the way, I am going to link a bunch of shoes that I show in this video in the description box below, and I'll also tag them on YouTube in case you want to start shopping now. Let's start off with a boot trend that is back. I know you remember it whenever I say it. I'm just not sure how I feel about it yet, but it's the slouchy boot. Back in the day, 15 years ago, I wore the doo-doo out of the slouchy boot, y'all. And I remember I had some that were not the best quality, and the slouch ended up being, kind of slouchy, and then it kind of fell down and it looked like I was wearing Peter Pan boots. I wore the crap out of those, and I gotta be honest, it's almost too soon, even though it's been a long time since these were popular, but this slouchy boot is definitely back. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with these boots. It's me personally, I just wore them so much then. So the ones that are like this, that are just really big on the scene right now, they're really coming in hot, I don't think I'm personally ready for them. But what I can get into is a little bit of slouch, where it's like a little bit slouchy, but not super slouchy, like a little bit crinkled, but not a lot of crinkles. I have a boot style that I bought last year that has come out this year in kind of a little bit more of a slouchy, more crinkled kind. And this was such a comfortable boot, like just so comfortable. It's a low heel, it's beautiful, it's just very comfortable, so I wore it a lot. That one is from Anthropologie. I also saw that Old Navy has a low heel, sort of slouchy, a little bit slouchy boot, which I think is great. It's under $100. And then ASOS, whatever, they have a lot of boots in there that are actually really cute, that are under $100. I will link some of those below. Let me know what you think. Is it too soon for you too? Are you excited about this? You'll have to let me know in the comments. Also, I should note that any category, literally any category of shoe I mentioned in this video, will come in a suede. We've been talking about suede all of 2025. It's still very much on trend. Of course, for fall, it's even getting its third wind or something. But basically, any boot, any shoe, any sneaker, anything, it also comes in a suede option. And for those slouchy boots and the sort of slouchy boots, I think they look beautiful in the suede. So I'm very much here for the suede. I do think that's really pretty. I'm going to call this one sturdy ballet flats, because ballet flats are still a very big trending shoe. It's not new anymore. We've been wearing ballet flats for a couple of years now, or at least it's just been like a very mainstream trend for a couple of years. And so now we're just seeing a lot more ballet flats that look like you could like put some miles in. They just have a thicker sole. They're not so much the flimsy ones. And I'll tell you, like the ballet flats that I have one pair that does have the more flimsy sole. I love them, but I of course wouldn't like walk a mile in them. And then I have some by Sam Edelman that I have in two different styles. They're the Michaela, I think they're called. That's a really great Mary Jane ballet flat, and it's got a sturdier sole. And so we're just seeing a lot of more ballet flats come in with these more sturdy, maybe even like a teeny weeny heel kind of sole. If you're looking for a smart office going to work shoe, I think this really could be it. And there's just a lot of options out there. And also in the ballet flats, we are of course seeing them in black. We are seeing a lot of dark brown. We are seeing a lot of burgundy. There's just lots of burgundy flats. I have a pair of burgundy ballet flats by Aloha's I got last year. I'm pretty sure they're still available. These are so comfortable. I love them with a pair of wide leg jeans. But we are really seeing ballet flats in all colors and in all kinds of styles and embellishments and everything. But those I feel like are the most popular colors, and of course suede. Any of those colors and in suede. Now, speaking of colors for ballet flats, for shoes in general for fall 2025, the major colors are the dark brown and the burgundy. And then of course, black is always going to be a major color no matter what's trending, what season, but you're going to find a lot of dark brown and burgundy. And then of course, suede in basically any footwear. Now, I have been loving the burgundy shoes. I have a pair of burgundy pointy toe slingbacks by Stuart Weitzman I got last year. I loved these as part of like wearing something more basic. And then I had this as kind of my special thing of my outfit. I love my Stuart Weitzman. They're surprisingly comfortable for a pointy toe, but I did see that H&M has a pair of pointy toe slingbacks as well. I'll link those below. And then I love all the dark brown boots and shoes that are coming out. I just ordered these dark brown boots from Steve Madden. They are not here yet, but if they're here before this video post, I will put them in this video. A lot of you guys often comment or asking where my jewelry is from or what jewelry am I wearing, and I do try to respond to as many as I can. And a lot of the time, my jewelry is from a brand called Mejuri. And Mejuri is one of my favorite jewelry brands. I've told you guys before, when I first started on YouTube, I thought, oh my gosh, I would love it if I get to a place where I can work with Mejuri. And I finally got there, and I've worked with them many times. I just love their jewelry. It's the kind that you put on and you forget that you're even wearing it because it's so lightweight and comfortable. So Mejuri is our sponsor for this video. And like I said, they're one of my favorite brands for jewelry that is modern yet still very timeless. I also love that Mejuri focuses on quality materials, things like 14 karat solid gold, sterling silver, as well as lab-grown sapphire. So all of these pieces are made to last. Mejuri's designs strike that perfect balance of being unique but still classic, which means you can wear them every day and still feel elevated. Lately, I've been loving their Stevie collection, which is the collection my necklace and this ring is from today. This chain necklace is 92.5% pure silver. It is a beautiful chain necklace. It's very sturdy, but it's very lightweight, so it's very comfortable to wear. I also have the Stevie ripple studs, which I've been wearing on repeat. They're just a beautiful earring. I had to go to a trade show, and it was like morning to evening, just all day, and I wore these. They were just super comfortable. You kind of forget you're even wearing them, but they still look good. I have the 18 karat gold for May, but they also come in sterling silver. I have several Mejuri pieces that I wear on an everyday basis at this point because, again, like I said, they're very lightweight. You just kind of forget you're wearing them, but they still elevate my look. So this is right up my alley. If you want to check out Mejuri, I will leave links to the items that I'm showing you in this video in the description box below. Love their jewelry, just such a great brand to work with. And let's continue. Let's jump over to one of the more questionable shoe trends. And you're gonna think that I'm making this up. You're gonna think that I pulled this out of thin air or something, but this is a big trend. I don't know if it's gonna be a big trend right where you are right now, but I'm telling you, it's not small, okay? And it's the split toe ballet flat. There's a couple brands that have them. I think that's what they're called, the split toe ballet flat. But is it weird that whenever I saw this shoe, I thought, will this help me with my bunion? It kind of seems like it would, doesn't it? But anyway, no, it's a fashion statement. My curiosity got the best of me, and I've ordered some of these. So they should be here before this video post, and I don't know how they'll work out, but we're gonna take it over to future Anna, and she's gonna tell us how these split toe ballet flats are working out for her. Okay, y'all are gonna think I lost my mind, but these are actually really comfortable and they're kind of cute. I got these from Amazon and they have a squishy sole. They're comfortable. They're kind of fun looking. I actually kind of like them. They come in tons of colors. I'll link them below. One more questionable shoe trend before we get back to some more wearable, practical ones. There is a shoe trend, and again, you're gonna think I'm making this up, basically a hybrid between a ballet flat and a sneaker. It's called the Sneakerina. I mean, it's a kind of cool name. If you Google Sneakerina right now, you'll see lots of options. Lots of brands that you know and love are making the Sneakerina. It might be more sneaker and just a little ballerina, or it might be a lot of ballerina and a little sneaker, but there's lots of hybrids going on here. I will say this is one probably gonna put on my list of fall trends to avoid that I'm gonna do in a few weeks because I don't know. But I will say, you know, I almost want to try it. It's like, maybe this is a really comfortable and like kind of funky looking shoe that might work. I don't know. I'm going to keep an open mind, but you have to let me know what you think about this shoe and if you are going to try it out. They all look very different because, again, like I said, some are more sneaker, some are more ballerina, but A+ for creativity. Okay, so back to some more wearable trends for fall 2025. The clog is still a very big trend for fall, and this has been trending for a while. I'm a little confused where the line is between a clog and a slide because you can tell something that's definitely a clog and something that's definitely a slide, but some of them look like a cross between. Anyway, the Birkenstock clog is a very humongous trend right now. And then studded clogs are a very big trend. I don't see this going anywhere anytime soon. I just think that this clog look will go into spring. It's just a very big trend right now. And I think Birkenstock is the front runner here of the brands with the clogs. But we are seeing them from just the more casual clogs to the more fancy going out, more heeled clogs as well. So if you're a clog person, you're in luck because there's lots of clogs out there. Western boots has been on trend and it's still very much on trend for this fall. The whole Western fringe and just the Western influence has been a big trend for 2025. I like this because we're seeing a lot of boots that aren't so cowboy boot-ish. They just kind of look more Western inspired, which I think that's more my jam. I like the Western inspired, not so much I just like came out of a horse stable animals, although I'd love to. I love horses, but I didn't. I live in Florida. I know there's a lot of farms around here, shockingly. I don't know where I'm going with this. We have a pool down the street. We don't have a farm. All that being said, I like Western inspired for myself personally. I have a pair of Suede Western inspired boots I got last year from the brand Vionic, which if you have busted feet like I do, you know the brand Vionic. Their shoes are very hit or miss, but I love these boots. They're super comfortable. Wore them all last year. I did see they're still available. I'll link them below, but they are great. I really like this. I think this can look really beautiful with a dress. You'll have to let me know what you think if you like the Western inspired / cowboy boot-esque type. Some of you guys are gonna say you probably have been wearing these forever because of wherever you live, which I love. It's always fun to see something that you normally wear and you already love become a big trend, because then you can kind of find even more options out there. Anyway, I think the Western boot can be fun if that is your style, and you'll have to let me know what you think. Another trend we are seeing this fall is a lot of animal print in boots. Well, not just boots, but in footwear. So cow print is one that is a trend this fall. It started a few months ago, and so we're seeing a lot of cow print boots and cow print clothing as well. Leopard print is also a big trend for fall. Snake print. I'm not a huge snake print fan, but I do like snake print and a cute little slingback or something. I think that can be fun. And zebra print. So all of these are definitely a big trend for fall. If you like the animal print, I think this can be kind of fun sometimes. So many factors that goes into this. But I will say that I do tend to, whenever I see a woman wearing, you know, kind of a more basic outfit, but then has some cute little animal print shoe, I tend to stop and take a second look. I think it's a fun look. That will be a fun one to try this fall. Now, if you've been watching any trend videos in the last few months, you know that studded things are very big right now. Studded belts, studded handbags, even studded jeans. And so it has not stopped with footwear. There's a lot of studded boots and studded footwear that's very, very on trend right now. Some of my favorites when I was looking at these are these studded boots by Schutz, and there was some Sam Edelman's ones that looked really cute. And then I even saw some at Target that I thought was really cute for some studded boots. I will link all of those below. By the way, literally, it has been at least 2 years ago. I was at my favorite coffee shop. I saw a woman come in with a black dress and a studded ankle boot, and I just loved the outfit. And I went up to her and I said, I just gotta tell you, I love your outfit. She looks so cute. And that was like 2 years ago when no one was talking really about studded anything. I kind of feel like that's one of those things, like the studded thing, if it is your style, I just think it transcends whether it's on trend or not. It's just one of those things, like if it is your style and it looks good on you and you wear it well, it's just one of those things, it's always gonna look good. That's just my personal opinion. I feel like this next one is actually kind of boring because of all the things we've been talking about. It's nothing like the Sneakerina. It's boring, but it's good. I shouldn't say boring, it's just classic. It's classic, okay, but it's the classic loafer. Loafers are always on trend in some capacity, but we have moved far away from the chunky loafers. What's really on trend are the very classic, old money style loafer. And so we're seeing these in black, but then we're also seeing these in a beautiful dark browns, in burgundies. I love this. I love my loafers. I love them with some socks. My favorite pair is from Tory Burch. They're just really comfortable. I just have not looked back. With any shoe, you have to find one that's really comfortable, and these are the ones that work for me. But loafers, then the classic style is what's trending for this fall 2025, and probably moving on into spring 2025 as well. Now, loafer adjacent, but a bit more cutting edge, a bit more fashiony, are the derby shoes or the Oxford shoe. I think they're called both of them. I'm sure there's a difference in some way, but I'll show you with pictures what I'm talking about. And this is a very big trend for fall. I know that this style just doesn't work for me and what I got going on. I prefer the loafer, even though they're two different shoes, but I do prefer a loafer. But this is an interesting shoe, and I think people who know how to style this and it really works with their personal style, I think it's gonna be really pretty. This is gonna be one of those trends that I like on other people, and I'm gonna like love from afar, but I probably won't ever put it on myself. I do think it's a fun one. Now, these shoes were seen a lot on the fashion runways, but I saw that J. Crew and Banana Republic both have a version of this shoe in their lines, so you will be able to see this for the fall. You'll have to let me know what you think. If you like this shoe, if you have it already, if you're thinking about wearing it, if it works with your personal style, I would love to know. Another shoe that is an oldie but goodie, you may already have some of these in your closet, but the Timberlands shoe is said to be coming back as a trend. I don't know if it's really mainstream right now. This might be one of those that we see on the younger generations for the time being, and maybe it'll start to translate to everywhere. I'm not really sure. We have seen the Timberland shoe become popular at different times. I think the last time it was really, really popular was maybe the same time as the Slouchy boot. I don't think I wore these then, or maybe I tried, just didn't work out for me. I feel like they're just not really my style, but that is supposed to be coming back. We'll see how that plays out and where it goes. Now, even though we've talked about a lot of boots that are on trend, a lot of the classic boots are very much on trend right now, like the classic riding boot. I don't know if that really ever goes out of style, but you know, for a while there, we were just seeing all these very, very chunky boots, very heavy soles, and so we've just kind of moved away from that. So they're very classic styles, the very classic boots, whether it's knee high or calf high or the ankle boot, the more like slim, streamlined, classic look is very much in right now. Now, in terms of sneakers, Adidas SL72s, the Puma Speed Cats, the Golas, there's so many sneakers, like sneakers in general, like sneakers with everything is a very big trend right now. Been that way for a while now, and I love this. I just don't think this is going anywhere for a while. And I actually did a whole video about sneaker trends, and this is actually still very relevant. The ones that I'm mentioning in here are very, very much on trend right now. So you can go over here if you want to talk about some more sneakers, because it deserves its own video, because there's just so many sneakers that are on trend and they're just really popular right now. I love the sneakers with jeans and everything else. Anyway, that is my video for fall shoe trends. We will talk more trend talk as we get into the season. Make sure to check out Mejuri if you are interested in this kind of jewelry, the lightweight, sustainable, high quality jewelry that you can wear every day. I will leave links in the description box below, and I will leave links to any shoes that I mentioned or talk about, and probably some more that I find as I'm editing this video and writing my description. So anyway, let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.